So we have a pre-season transfer Lukaku. We have a look at the card quickly. 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot. Pretty nice card. I mean, it's in the FIFA now, 95 rated. Would have been nice if it was just 99, to be honest with you. But here's what we have to do. So score a goal using Belgian players in 4 separate squad battle matches. I will add that you can do this in 6 matches maximum. You don't have to do any more than that if you do these steps. Assist 3 goals while having at least 3 Belgian players in your starting 11 in squad battles on professional difficulty or rivals. Score outside the box for squad battles on professional difficulty or rivals. And the same thing for Serie A. So assist using Serie A 6 separate matches. So you can do this one and this one in the same game. This one's going to take you 4 games minimum, and this one's going to take you 6 games minimum. And the first fantastic thing about this is if we go to squad battles, is you're just going to go onto this team here. Doesn't really matter too much. Set it to professional so it's not so difficult. And your team's going to want to have a look like this once I set it up. So as you can see, my team is not the best because of upgrades, etc. I imagine quite a lot of your guys' teams are going to look like that. The beautiful thing about squad battles is, as soon as you start the game, let's say you press start, you go into the game, etc., etc., pick your teams. Once the game is started, once you've kicked off, your opponent's kicked off, pause it straight away and bring on the players you need. So I'm going to need a Serie A player because I don't have that. And I'm going to bring on this guy as well. And then what I'm going to do, imagine this is in-game, by the way. So we are in-game right now. We took our kickoff. We're going to move Kevin De Bruyne out wide, a better striker and a better midfielder. So that means now we can score outside the box with either of these 2 players, get an assist with a Serie A, and if we have a defender, we can always bring a defender on or a goalkeeper depending on position you need. So you don't have to worry about your team so much as long as you have 11 Belgian players in the starting lineup before you start the game and you make the substitutions that I've just made while the game has started. You will be fine. If you need a left back or a goalkeeper, don't buy one. Just put one on your bench from any league, any team, and then sub them on. In terms of tactics, if you're doing this in rivals, you're going to be wanting to have a look at a formation like this. We're going to set it onto one of these here. So we're going to set it to defensive, for example. We're going to have it on balanced, 72 width, 62 depth, and we're going to have our build-up play on balanced as well, and chance creation on direct passing, or direct passing even, sorry, 72 width on here. 7 on corners, so 3 grey, 1 blue on both of those. In terms of formation, you're going to look for the 4-1-2-1-2 and narrow. And before I tell you about instructions and team positions, have a word from our sponsor. Is your team behind the power curve? Do you need some FIFA coins? Make sure you go to Alt Nice, select foot, select which console you want the coins on, how many coins, select which payment method. Don't forget to type in code NaNNiK for that cheeky 6% off your orders. The link will be in the description down below. You're going to want to have your most defensive midfielder here, your second most defensive midfielder here, your second most attacking midfielder here, and your most attacking midfielder there. So they're in a little dark triangle, basically. So most defensive, most attacking, second most defensive, second most attacking. Very simple. In terms of instructions, are very, very simple. So it's going to be this on balance, get in behind, nothing else. This guy is going to be on balance and also get in behind. Sorry, this one's going to be come back on defense. So you want to leave that on mix and set that to get on defense. This guy's going to be on basic. Your left centre mid is going to be very simple. It's just going to be stay back while attacking, while your right centre mid is going to be get forward. Your CDM, and this is where it gets really important, you're going to want to have cover centre and stay back while attacking. Your left back and right back are going to be stay back while attacking, but also overlap, and I'll explain why in a minute. And the same for this one, and the same for that. Now what will happen is when you have the ball, your 4 attacking midfielders will instantly, and your 2 strikers, sorry, so your 4 players here together will instantly go into attack, running up the pitch, ready to hit the counter attack, which is fantastic. Your 2 midfielders that are defensive, this guy will stay with your 2 centre backs, he won't go too far ahead, whereas your second midfielder will kind of drift in the pocket space, sort of defending all the gaps that your 2 midfielders here that have left open. With your left back and right back, they will never push forward unless you make them push forward. And that is because when you move forward with them with the ball, as soon as you pass it, they will turn around and defend. The reason why you need to have them on overlap is because, let's say your opponent has a corner, your goalkeeper saves it, or your defender heads the ball away, your left back and right back will instantly run up the pitch depending on what side the ball is. So let's say Vertonghen headers the ball over to our left-hand side. Our left back will start running forward. As soon as he passes the ball in an attack, unless you tell him to stay forward, he will turn around and go back into formation. Meaning, when you do not have the ball, your 2 midfielders will drop into a 4-4-2 flat. Your right centre mid will go to right mid, your cam to left mid, these 2 as the 2 centre mids, and your 2 strikers will sit in your half, making you into a 4-4-2, really, really flat, really, really hard to break down and compact. As soon as you win the ball back, they turn instantly into this 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Your 2 strikers will push forward, your cam will push forward, and this right centre mid will push forward. Whereas this centre defensive mid will push forward just a little bit to give you that option, whereas your CDM will stay where he is. If you like to have overlap on your right back and left back, this formation is also perfect for that, because if you do a through ball to one of them 2, they will always push forward to give you that space. Let's say you are in your opponent's half, your left back and right back will sit on the halfway line, kind of pinning your opponent in, whereas your three centre-backs, these two centre-backs and your CDM will turn into a three centre-back. Just makes you very, very compact and very, very hard to break down. And that's just basically it. For squad battles, it's pretty simple. Just remember the rule I said about making the substitution. So you just want to bring on the 3 players you need. To get Lukaku done, we need to score outside the box and assist with a Serie A player. And these are going to be the ones for me. I'm just going to bring them on off the bench. As soon as I get the goal, do the glitch and not have to play anymore. If you have any questions, as always, comment down below. If you are new to the channel, consider hitting that like button and subscribing. And I will catch you in the next one.